£14 that. He's only gone and written it down.
The jingle there to announce yet another reading from Karl Pilkington's diary. When are you going to write until, Karl? What have you got? You're going to do?
I've got to do
as far as December, and then that's it.
I don't know. When does the diary end?
31st December usually.
Yeah.
You're the whole way there?
Typical, always the same.
Yeah, that's when I'll do it till, and then.
Why do that? Why be conformist? Why end on December? Why not end on January the 31st? Weird that you should go. Don't be constrained to what the diary says.
Me mam called me to ask me to like. Fuck me, you're right. That should be. Me mam called me to ask me to look in some of the magazine shops in London for a magazine that she can't find. It's called UFO Data. I said, I ain't heard of it. She said she's seen an advert for it in one of her ghost magazines.
I love the fact that she can't even find the magazine about unidentified flying objects.
Yeah. So we get a clue.
She thinks, I think I saw something, but I don't know whether it was a magazine or not.
So we get a clue there as to why you give any credence to this crap.
Yeah, well, it's you know, I mean,
Mama Pilkington's into the same shit.
There's a lot of space out there, isn't there?
She said that this magazine has got news story about how Aldrin (brackets astronaut) has got some evidence that aliens exist.
Yeah.
I told her that I found out today that the days are about 36 minutes longer on Mars. We chatted about how this is how they are more advanced than us. Do you mean the Martians?
Yeah, if they've got a longer day, that's more time that they're awake working on stuff.
Right, yeah, we know that makes no difference at all.
No, it does.
Think about it. Think about it.
Look, think about it. 6 o'clock here.
Yeah.
People are going, see you tomorrow. I'm going home. They'll be going, oh, another half hour. They've got a longer day. Productive.
And that's why they're able to fly.
That's why they're whizzing around. It adds up, doesn't it, over the years?
Christ almighty, what drivel!
Suzanne got in from work at 11:30. I told her about the UFOs in Mars. She said she's too tired to chat. I said, does it mean aliens will be more tired than us, or do they get more sleep? I got no answer. I love it when Suzanne goes in. She never indulges in
it scares her. Anything with ghosts and UFOs, she sort of...
It doesn't scare her, it bores her.
No, it freaks her out. Scares her.
Okay. I'm knackered today, and the face feels dry and spotty. Oh God, what's wrong with
It starts off moaning! The first thing he does is start moaning! He wakes up and goes, oh, fuck me, I didn't die. Oh, God!
I'm knackered today and the face feels dry and spotty. I think it's the change in water since being away. Or it could be all the... it could be all the Madeira cake I had yesterday.
I'm gonna burst.
But what's the Madeira cake? The Madeira cake dries you out, does it?
Well, it's just quite fattening, innit? But I like it. It's one of the little pleasures.
Oh, God almighty!
I went for a wander about to try and find the UFO Data magazine from my mum. I didn't know which category to look under. There were too many magazines. I noticed how on the rude magazines, the women are being pretty rude on the cover, but on the gay magazines, it's just a fella smiling, showing a bit of arse. I don't know why gay blokes would buy it. Blokes have got their own knob to look at if they like knobs. Why were you looking at the gay magazine?
No, I wasn't. It's just that.
Oh, you were?
No, I
You
noticed
studied them.
Yeah, because I was
you've
looking
written
for UFO data. I don't know where they put it.
I don't think you find evidence about the world's down men's pants. Yeah, I don't think you want to boldly go where no man has ever gone before, Carl.
I had no luck trying to find the UFO Data magazine. I will try some other shops. He writes UFO Data magazine every time. He can just put UFO mag, but no.
But it reminds me.
You want to be specific.
If I write stuff down, it means that I remember it more.
Sure.
So, still looking for it.
Got some posts from Oxfam. They're flogging animals for Africa again. They've got new animals in their catalogue now. They've got donkeys and alpacas. Donkeys 50 quid, alpacas £20. I don't know if this is a special rate, or if I could get one from a mam. She's been saying how they've been missing having a pet since they had the cat put down.
Sorry, you don't get it. If you buy that for someone, you don't get it.
Yeah, but they're not bothered where they're going.
Yes, they do. Of course they don't. They don't deliver them. It's not like they're in a warehouse wondering, people thinking, I hope people buy this. They're going to put them out there.
But at the end of the day, 50 quid's 50 quid, and they're not bothered. If they're
Right.
sending an alpaca to Africa,
Yeah.
and I'm saying, can you get one to London? To them, that is less hassle.
Right, Carl, that's not how it works. You can't just go and say, oh, I'll have one of them.
They're not bothered. It's for charity.
Carl, of course they are. You can't buy an alpaca for 20 quid. Christ almighty. Plus postage and packaging, they're big bastards.
Read about a pub that is getting some stick because they've stopped a horse going in. It's been the horse's regular for ages, but there's been some new owners who've taken over the pub, and they said they're serving fresh food and don't want a horse in there anymore.
Oh, God. We've got to publish this diary.
There's some dynamite stuff in
We've
here.
got to publish the diary. I mean, this is... Never mind, peeps. Can't we put this out next year or something with a special CD? It's amazing. You can't keep this from the world, Carl.
I met Suzanne after she finished work, and we went for a brew in another cafe.
God, Jesus.
It's always having a brew in a cafe.
It's like a sitcom.
It is. Suzanne said I looked tired and fed up. I think it's because I ain't been sleeping.
Or the Madeira cake, we don't know. Always been going to every news agency in London, looking at game magazines.
She taught me some way to breathe that will relax me. I wasn't feeling that relaxed though, because the person behind the counter was banging about making a coffee. Noise stresses me out. I wonder if less deaf people die of stress than people with working ears do.
Oh, it's the theories. It's the theories.
It is such a noisy world, though, isn't it?
It is. London is noisy, very noisy.
I think just everywhere, just noise in general. They were
Yeah.
saying now, like, every noise has been used at least 5 times or something.
What do you mean?
Because there's only so many noises in the world.
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about.
No, there's only so many
What do
noises.
you mean every noise has been used 5 times? I don't know what that means. I don't know what it means.
Because
I don't know. I've no idea. Every noise once has been used at least 5 times.
there's only so many noises. It's like a piano, isn't there? There's only so many notes.
Yeah.
And there's only so many noises.
Right.
But because there's so much stuff, the same noises are being used again.
I don't know what that means.
By whom? Who's reusing the noise?
By whatever.
So a
you'll have-
woodpecker when it's woodpecking?
Yeah. Some birds make noises that would sound like a Ford Escort, just because there's only so many noises that people can use.
What is he talking about?
Noises are a byproduct. Outside an instrument,
Yeah.
noises are a byproduct. They don't, a machine, they don't go, watch me make this noise, make this machine. It makes the noise it makes when it's doing something.
But why does it make that noise? Why not pick another noise?
They don't pick the
Who's
noise.
picking the noise?
A printing press makes the noise because it's the sound of the thing
Yeah.
going down.
Yeah,
you
so
know,
the printing-
a hammer makes that noise because that's what it does. No one's going, oh, can we make this make a different noise? No, it's a byproduct.
I know. So there's only so many noises.
I don't know what you mean.
You said the byproduct is because of something that's happening, right?
But it's
Yeah.
the physical action, isn't it? And the way that impacts on the surrounding air. That's what how noises are manufactured. It's not a choice.
When Stevenson's rocket came, I went. I went. Can you make it go? It's that's the noise it made.
I know, but then, say like a new frog comes out.
Oh, what do you mean a new frog comes out?
They find a new type of frog,
Right.
it makes a noise, and
Yeah.
they'll go, yeah, I knew it was going to sound like that.
What are you talking
Because
about?
there's only so many noises. No animal comes out and makes like a weird noise, and you go, I've never heard that noise before. They go, oh, that sounds like a chicken, or it sounds like a Ford Escort, or there's only so many
What frog
noises.
sounds like a Ford Escort?
No,
there
but there'll be
can't be
some
many
animal.
because you've used Ford Escort twice as an analogy here. So you're running out of noises. You've come up with chicken and Escort so far.
I can't
But
explain
the problem
it.
is, a Ford Escort sounds a bit like an Austin Allegro, so I
I
don't
know, yeah, and a chicken. You're ripping off the turkey, you cunt. Oh, chimpanzee, that is competition time.
I think my worry there is people might get confused with it, because that jingle is very similar to the Monkey News jingle.
There's aspects of it that's similar, yeah.
Yeah. Some people might have just heard that, and they might have just heard chimpanzee and thought, oh, great, it's Monkey News, but Carl presumably is too lazy to have actually prepared any Monkey News.
Oh, I've got some good news about Monkey News, actually.
Have you?
If you are craving Monkey News, then there is a special Monkey News poster in the CD, the 3 CD box set, the Ricky Gervais show. Got everything. It's got the the 12 shows and MP3. It's got the best of, and it's got an extra hour of brand new material as well. And the reason we did it on CD is because some people were saying, I've heard about this, but I can't listen to it. I haven't got an iPod. I haven't got a computer. So buy that for a friend who can't listen to these.
It's the perfect Thanksgiving gift.
It is a perfect Thanksgiving gift, or Pancake Tuesday.
Yeah.
And we've signed one that's going to a lucky winner. We did a competition on the last podcast to give away one of the CD box sets, the World of Karl Pilkington, and we've signed that, and Flannels of the Deep, the new book in the series.
Can you remind us, Rick, of the quiz question?
The quiz question was, do you want these?
Okay, and what was the correct answer?
It was yes.
Well, we've had, it's amazing actually how many people didn't realise that was, we had a lot of people saying no, I'm not interested, who are you, why are you bothering me? But, amazingly, Rachel Bolland from, Glasgow has got the correct answer, she said yes. Now then, we need a new question, Rick.
Yeah, should we give those away again?
Let's give those away again, the same things again, not obviously these, we'll send these to Rachel.
Different ones. You get, so you get, do you want a signed CD, The World of Karl Pilkington and Flannels of the Deep, okay?
Plus, we can also add to that, Rick, the forthcoming extras script book.
Ah, not just a script book, Steve.
No.
It's got some wonderful pictures, but that taken by Rich Hardcastle, of people like Ben Stiller and Sam Jackson and Kate Winslet behind the scenes.
In their off-duty moments.
And it's brilliant. It's really good. We'll put some pictures up on the website. Go to rickygervais.com and you'll see what you could we'd be winning.
Yeah.
Yeah?
So we've got that perfect collection of stuff, but we need a new quiz question.
Okay. Okay, so those prizes, does someone else want them?
Does someone else want them?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright. Well, if you know the answer to that, then get in touch. podcast@rickygervais.com. Good luck, it's a tricky one.
Oh, good luck anyway, because I never read the emails. Well, that's the end of the second in this series of 3 special podcasts. That was the end of the Thanksgiving edition. With me, Ricky Gervais, Steve Merchant.
See ya.
And Karl Pilkington.
All right.
Thank you to Positive Internet, the guys that host this podcast. They're doing a great job.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you. Happy Thanksgiving. Hello, and welcome to our Christmas podcast. With me, Ricky Gervais, Stephen Merchant.
Hello.
And Karl Pilkington.
All right.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
A lot of people are wondering, Rick, if having done so many podcasts this year, because we very much started the whole podcast revolution ourselves single-handedly roughly this time last year.
Yeah, that's right.
Have we perhaps exhausted the podcast phenomenon? Is it time to pack up the equipment and move on to something new?
Well, this will be the last one for a little while, I think. I think, you know, we did, I think 24, and then these specials this year. I think we started it about this time last year.
Well, I don't know about you, Rick, but I'm bored of the whole podcasting thing, and I know that you probably feel the same way.
Well, let's stop for a while. We might get back together again, but it won't be for a while. It's you know, we had a year. It was the year of the podcast.
Been a weird year, hasn't it?
Go on.
No, I'm just saying, you know, when you look at it like that, when you think about all the podcasts that we've done
Yeah.
over a year,
Yeah.
just a lot of stuff has gone on.
Looking back at the year, a year in which we've seen, you know, increasing violence in Iraq. We've seen the advent of more fears over global warming. We've seen George W. Bush take a massive battering in the midterm elections. We've seen many major world events this year. Karl, what stuck out for you?
What event if you think, oh my God, if you were doing your own review of the year, what would you put on the front cover?
The grub that was eating biscuits on the windowsill.
Right. That's just a little bit more up there for you than the capturing of Saddam Hussein and his sentencing to death.
Just because, you know, it's, I never thought I'd see that this year.
So what exactly?
What, the capture of Saddam or the grub?
No, the grub.
The grub.
It was just, I was there on the computer.
Yeah.
I was having a cup of tea and a biscuit. I put the biscuit on the windowsill. I sort of picked it up.
Why would you do that?
Why?
Why would you put a biscuit on a windowsill?
Because I'm sat next to the windowsill.
It's like something from a cartoon. I put the pie on the windowsill to cool down.
Yeah.
No,
And
so,
some ruffian stole it.
Yeah.
so I was eating that and was enjoying it. Put the rest of it back down for like the next half of the cup of tea. And I saw
Planned out. This is. I bet. Well, we read about this later in the diary.
So and then I saw just like a little crumb moving. I was like, what's going on there?
Yeah.
So I look down closer, and there's an insect that is see-through, but with legs, and just sort of running off with a crumb into like a little hole. And then when I looked, I noticed there was loads of these little see-through things, and they were obviously all like, "Oh, I got biscuit," and
That's exactly what they were saying.
We've got biscuits over here!
but I can't, what was it, like I say, it was amazing because they're miles away from what I'm about, and yet
Not that far.
but they still like a bit of biscuit, and it was just weird that happened. I never thought that would happen in 2006. And
You never thought that would happen in 2006.
that's what's nice, isn't
blowing
it? That's
his
what's
mind.
nice about the the nature of the world. You know, we can invent iPods, we can bring out better vacuum cleaners, but at the end of the day, you can't make nature up. And to see this see-through thing,
You do.
eating a biscuit,
blow your
that's
mind?
where I've sort of gone this year. I'd say out of anything, I've sort of gone out of my way to learn more stuff about weird stuff that's out
I don't know what you've learned. You've learned that
A creature which you can't even identify or
you
name.
don't know, right? You don't know what it is, right? Looked like it nicked a bit of crumb. I don't know what knowledge is that. What is that? How is that useful?
Just because everything is changing.
But it's not useful. It's not useful to you, and it's not useful to anyone. You can't pass on that as knowledge because we don't know what it was,
But Carl
or where it
thinks-
happened, or
but-
why it happened.
But Rick, Carl thinks that the grub has an inkling, has a taste for McVitie's in the same way that Carl does. That's why
Yeah.
he's from Meggs. He's thinking, I can't believe it. We both love hobnobs.
As
It's
opposed to just
extraordinary.
being
Yeah.
taking the
He would have
starch
eaten
from the
anything.
flour.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
But what I'm saying is that these things have been around for years,
Yes.
maybe longer than us,
Yes.
right? Now, their life isn't changing in the way that ours have. They still live in a little crack in the wall,
Yeah.
but they're eating biscuit, and that was never meant to happen. So it's changing it. What
But
I mean is, you might start getting fat insects. That should never have happened. You don't normally see a fat beetle. You go, oh, look, that's a bit fat. Put a bit of weight on, and now that's going to happen because they're eating sugary stuff. The squirrels in the park, because people are feeding them Mars bars and everything. They're getting fatter. They're getting bigger. They're getting more violent. Now, over time, you know, they're going to cause more trouble than they
What
are now.
evidence have you got
What
that
do
they're
you
getting more
think?
violent?
Just because when I'm sat in the park and what have you, they're really like cocky. They come up to you now and sort of jump up on the bench and sort of attack you for food. They're not happy with acorns now. They want a bit of croissant. And that's what I'm saying. They've changed. They're changing over time. Just like that grub having a biscuit. Everything's trying different food out.
He'll want a gatto soon.
Well, in the same way that, you know,
eclair.
you look at people around the world, how they're eating weirder stuff. They're running out of, you know, ideas on how to cook food differently. And we're eating weird stuff. So our insects, everything's moving on. Everything's getting more intelligent. The goldfish memories got better. Chickens are more intelligent than people thought they were, apparently. Everything's... Time makes you more intelligent.
Well,
No, they do. That's a fact, isn't it? If you're knocking around longer, then you're learning more because more stuff's going on and you soak it up. And that's what these insects are doing. They're all learning. You know what I mean?
No.
I saw a cockroach playing Pac-Man. It was on the internet, right? And somebody had linked up a cockroach to some. I can't even be bothered explaining it, but that's what I'm saying. Everything's moving on.
yeah, but Pac-Man's like such an old hat game, man. It's like from the 1980s.
Yeah, that
isn't it?
cockroach is
Jeez,
so
come on,
old.
he's still out of date.
Get
with
alive,
it.
man.
Hello, PlayStation 3. Is he
Yeah,
not rid of it? Hello.
Yesterday's cockroach.
Oh,
Fucking hell.
what was he listening to? MC Hammer.
Christ almighty. Fucking hell, Pac-Man. Get alive.
High five me. I was in the supermarket recently, just walking past the condoms on the way to the pornography, and I thought, you know, it's worth perhaps, you know, getting a stock in, you know.
Get a stocking?
No, getting some condoms.
What, to put over your head? You're not still doing that, are you?
No. No, I thought it was worth getting some condoms in, you know, it's Christmas party season, and, you never know when you're gonna run out of balloons. and And I was weird because the condoms in the supermarket are contained in a kind of cage, in a plastic cage, so it makes it all the more embarrassing buying them. Because I took them off the thing, and I was trying to open it. Sort of, because I thought that they would, you had to open it.
Try it on.
Exactly.
This, in case it doesn't fit. Bring it back.
Yeah.
Bring it back, yeah.
And I was
do you do alterations? Yeah, we do, yes. £5.
And, so I'm trying to open this thing, and this guy who works there, sort of, with his middle-aged guy who works there, goes, you have to take that to the, checkout. So you can't open that yourself. And I was just, cause I don't know, I still find it very embarrassing, dealing with any of that sort of, prophylactics and things. The novelty of that is still very embarrassing to me. And, so I just left it. I thought, forget it, I'm not gonna take these to the counter. Cause you never know, it's like if you get served by a woman, it's still a bit embarrassing. Particularly if that's all you're buying. Because she knows what you're up to. You're going to fill them up with war and throw them at students. And anyway, the reason I mention this is because it reminded me of the conversation we've all enjoyed in the past, Rick, about when Carl bought for his girlfriend for Christmas. Was it a
2-pack?
A 2-pack of
condoms? Wasn't it about buy one get one free?
Yeah.
It was a bumper family pack, wasn't it? Not a family, obviously. That'd be weird.
Yeah, a family pack of condoms. One for the kids. Take out, enjoy yourselves. So that was a couple of years ago, Carl. The famous condom gate. Have you bucked your ideas up since then?
Not really. They were the early days.
Do you mean the early days? You'd been going out with her for about 8 years, hadn't you?
Yeah, but I just think that as time goes on, you don't sort of buy each other as many presents.
Sorry, that was a bumper year, was it? That was a hell of a. She went. Oh, I remember when you used to buy me stuff like condoms. It's gone downhill since then.
Well, no, she didn't know she was getting them. What I mean is, there's less.
Of course,
surprises.
she didn't.
That's what I mean, though. It was sort of interesting to when I gave them her and said, "There you go, open them." She was not expecting that. And as time goes on...
No, she was probably expecting a piece of jewellery or a holiday in Paris.
It's more difficult, is what I mean, to surprise someone, innit, over time.
No. But the surprise thing is meant to always be a good surprise.
Yeah, but don't... If you always get something good... It's like the 3 wise men. What did they get the second year for little baby Jesus? Do you know what I mean? Once he's had that gold, it's like... Oh, I've sort of made it hard work for myself there. I've got to get him something better than that now. So it's best to give him the myrrh.
And next year, get him the gold.
Step it up a bit or whatever.
But don't you understand... Because I don't want to criticise you because you're a lovely man, but having read the diary and read much of this diary, one of the things I notice is the complete lack of romanticism. The number of times Susanna says, book us a lovely meal out, take me out tonight, and you always write like it's a massive chore, like it's a headache for you. Oh no, I've got to spend a romantic night out with my girlfriend.
Because it's the same reason I don't like... Christmas and stuff is the expectations. I prefer it. If I want to take Suzanne out, I prefer to meet her at the bus stop. She comes back from work and go, "Do you want to go out?"
But you don't do that.
No, I do now and again. But it's that thing of, oh, we'll go out tonight. I want to leave it to you. Book a place. It builds it up too much, and it can never live up to it. It's like how you know how like people make a big thing out of having it away for the first time, and they go, "Oh, I'm going to do that tonight." Not the way to do anything. You won't get anything done by planning.
That's a quote! That's an amazing quote! That'll be up there with Newton and Churchill. You don't get anything done by planning.
No, but
that's amazing.
But you can't just spring it on someone. You have to at least ask her, "Are you up for it tonight?"
Just see how it goes. That's what I'm saying about Christmas. I might not be in the mood for it on December 25th. For Christmas, having turkey and everything. That's what I mean. About, in the last podcast, stuff coming round every year. Don't plan it. If you fancy a Christmas, have it. If you don't, just carry on. It'd be nice to live in a world like that. They say, it's a world of freedom or something now. It isn't.
No, I don't know what that means.
No, I don't know who says
you just
that.
make up things they say.
They say, like, today's world is a free world or something. Someone said something along them lines when it isn't. Everyone's still being told what to do, when to do it. Christmas is a big thing, isn't it, that we all have to go through. And it's stressful. It's not a happy time.
You're such a miserable sod. You really are.
No, but Christmas is it's a big upheaval. It is out of all of those special days that go on, Christmas is the one
But
that's...
what are you doing with your time? It's the question we return to again and again
No, but
with
why-
readers.
why-
You're visiting your parents, you're hiring a car, you're going
Yeah.
down the calf. It's
Yeah.
not like you're taking your work away, you're doing
Yeah.
some important neuroscience work,
Yeah.
and we've had to take you away from that for 3 days.
No, but what
You're not doing anything of any value,
No.
Carl.
But what I might want to do, but I can't because the shops are shut because they want to go off and celebrate Christmas. You know, it's an upheaval. Easter's alright. It comes and goes. Do you want an egg? Not really. Don't have one then. You're not forced an egg.
You're not forced an egg.
I like Easter, and everyone can afford an egg. There's no one being left out. Whereas Christmas, everyone goes back to the family and they have a big meal and all that. And there's a lot of poor people out there who can't do that. So it's more of a, if you're going to talk about religion and, you know, the religious sort of occasions, Easter's one that I'd keep. If you plan everything, you probably won't do it in the end. Whereas...
Again, that as a soundbite is gobbledygook, isn't it?
No, what I mean is, say like
Go on.
holidays, when you know they're coming, you never enjoy them as much as one when it's surprised on you.
Who surprises someone with a holiday unless you
be
win it on a game
surprised?
show?
How can you really go, bloody hell, I'm on holiday?
Suzanne did it with me. She sorted it all out and booked me time off work without me knowing.
Ah, that's a lovely romantic gift.
Yeah, and I went along with it and we had a great little holiday.
Yeah, so maybe you should do something like that for her.
No, she wouldn't like it as much, and I won't pick the right place, and I know she won't like it.
You're one of these people that washes up badly so you'll never be asked again, aren't
No,
you?
that's my job. That's the only job I do.
Yeah,
Washing up.
well, it was a...
But to be honest, that's doing me head in at the moment, because I've outgrown the sink.
He talks about himself like a crab. Oh, God. Gotta get a new sink for Carl. Why? He's outgrown it.
No, just
He's 33 now and his knee's around his head. Oh, he can't bath in that anymore.
No, just my back's been playing up a bit, and I think it's because of the height of the sink.
But hold on, you haven't grown.
I think I have.
Well,
A
you
little bit.
haven't. No, you haven't grown at 33.
Well, it's definitely something. It's just not very good.
Subsidence?
I don't know. I've just said to Suzanne, I said this isn't as good as it used to be. It's not.
This isn't as good as it used to be. This washing up.